Hello, this is Lacquerography, and this is my wish list for March 2026 polish pickup. The theme this month is Sky Creatures. I've already gone ahead and made a preliminary first impressions wish list, and right now there are 18 items that are sitting in that preliminary first impressions wish list. Now I am getting a late start this month. The shop is now open. It opened today, Friday, March 6th, at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the shop remains open until Monday at the end of the day, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am getting quite a late start on this wish list. This has been a relentless winter in Ontario, Canada, my part of the world. So the shop is already open at this point. So it'll be interesting as I go through my preliminary wish list to see which items are still available and which ones are going to be eliminated right away from my wish list because they've sold out already. So let's dive right in and take a look at the 18 items that I've put on my preliminary wish list. The first item on my wish list for the Sky Creatures themed month is by Arcana Lacquer, and this one is called the Fire Mind. The inspiration for this one is Heey Mercedes from Magic: The Gathering. I have no context for that, so I hope I said that all correctly. The Fire Mind has a deep blue base with sparkling blue to purple shimmer and red magnetic pigment, inspired by the powerful and highly intelligent ancient dragon Heey Mercedes from the Magic: The Gathering universe. There is a cap listed for this one. Cap is 500. What that means is that in this case, the maker, Arcana Lacquer, is committing to creating 500 of these polishes, and then after that, it is considered sold out. If this polish ends up in my shopping cart in the next couple of hours, this would be my very first Arcana Lacquer. And actually, that's something that really kind of appeals to me about polish pickup. I love being able to try new to me brands. This one would be a beautiful chance for me to try this brand as well. This is such a unique and moody magnetic. I'm loving the contrast here of that deep blue base and that really rather brilliant red magnetic pigment. It's such a beautiful contrast. As I said, it's quite moody. I find it a little bit rebellious. It's such an interesting contrast. I know that magnetics have been having quite a moment really throughout 2025, and I don't think that's going anywhere in 2026. And wow, this one is such a unique magnetic. I really have nothing like this one in my collection. Now, one thing that is holding me back a tiny bit is I just haven't had a whole lot of time in my life. This winter, as I said, has been absolutely wildly busy. Tons of snow, lots of work to do outdoors with snow shoveling. I mean, I have not been wearing any magnetics whatsoever. I just haven't had the time to deal with it. I can really appreciate, though, the originality of this polish. Magnetics that have this high contrast difference when you magnetize it, I find are so special and dramatic. I mean, this one with the contrast of blue and red, and of course there's other colors that will be appearing here. It says that there's a sparkling blue to purple shimmer. So you get quite an analogous but yet boldly contrasting look across that colorway. Anyway, I think it's really quite stunningly beautiful. This is a polish that I think looks extra beautiful in its cat eye style. I mean, it's so cool with this really fine red stripe running through it. I realize that with magnetic treatments, the effect does tend to disperse a little bit across time as you have that manicure on your nails. After a day or two, that fine line does tend to disperse and broaden a little bit. But truly, on every swatch photo I've seen of this one, it's gorgeous. Even here in this upper right swatch photo here, you've got a different type of magnetic treatment. It looks like we're seeing here that kind of X effect. It's just really cool. It's rather galaxy-like. It almost looks like some sort of I don't know what you'd call it even, like a starburst or something like that happening in outer space where you're getting that flash and then all that moody darkness behind. Just absolutely breathtaking. This one may just be my very first Arcana Lacquer. This striking magnetic that features this blue and red contrast is by Arcana Lacquer, the Fire Mind. This next polish up is by Bee's Knees Lacquer, and this one is called Sing Praise to the Songbird. Inspired by the maker's favorite sky creature, this is a new take on their Lion with a Thorn polish. It's described as having a lighter, dustier blue base with the same intense, fiery shimmer Songbird is known for, but this time with a dramatic, fine silver magnetic shimmer. And luckily, it says down here, there is no cap. What that means is that in this case, the maker, Bee's Knees Lacquer, can create as many polishes as are needed to fulfill all orders this month. So for me, that is an absolutely excellent thing. Now this polish appeals to me for very much the opposite reason that the previous polish appeals to me. For the previous polish, it was that really striking color contrast that you get with the magnetic effect that was drawing me in. For this polish, it's actually the subtlety that I'm in love with. A Lion with a Thorn in its Paw was such a signature polish through Polish Pickup for Bee's Knees Lacquer many years ago. It was actually right before I knew that Polish Pickup was even a thing when that polish came out. I was so lucky to, at one point, a couple of years ago, when Bee's Knees Lacquer was kind of rebranding and went on quite a lengthy hiatus, I was able to acquire a Lion with a Thorn in its Paw as just an absolute kind of fluke. It was part of a mystery purchase through the brand. And in that mystery purchase, I truly hit the jackpot. And there was an overstock bottle of Polish Pickups, a Lion with a Thorn in its Paw, in my package. And I nearly fell off my chair when I opened up the package and I saw that polish there. It is truly stunning and really kind of a Bee's Knees Lacquer's signature classic. Since that polish, they have released countless sibling and also cousin polishes to the original. And this one sounds like it's another distant relative, but this time it's a magnetic relative to Lion with a Thorn in its Paw. The moment I saw that, I mean, it was a beautiful polish anyway, but when I clicked in and I saw that, it was an immediate add to Wishlist. There's something about the contrast of that cool, steely looking gray and then the warmth of that shimmer. It's a beautiful, warm, glowy shimmer, kind of an orangey red, I'm guessing. It is absolutely stunning to me. Contrasts like this are much more subtle than that blue-red that we saw in the previous polish, but still that cool aspect to the gray, the warm shimmer. Contrasts like that really get me. I've been incredibly impressed lately by the quality of Bee's Knees Lacquer's magnetic polishes, and it's described here as being a dramatic, fine silver magnetic shimmer. No kidding, like whatever the fine, like it's incredibly fine. It almost feels microscopic in terms of fine. There's something about the quality of that magnetic shimmer pigment that Bee's Knees Lacquer has been using that it's almost like liquid molten metal of some sort, the way it looks on the nails. This one I think is another one that's appealing to me most in the cat eye style because you really can see that contrast, but it is also beautiful. I mean, that shimmer is really something in the velvet effect. I'm assuming that this index finger of the swatcher here is showing the velvet effect. It has that sort of, I don't know, otherworldly, surreal type quality in this photo, so I'm guessing it's velvet treatment. Whatever's happening here, though, I am truly impressed. And as a fan of the OG A Lion with a Thorn in its Paw, I would love to add this one to my collection and give it a try. It looks stunningly beautiful, rather ethereal, and somehow like subtle, but also quite striking. That warm and cool contrast is everything to me. This beautiful steely magnetic is by Bee's Knees Lacquer. Sing praise to the songbird. This next polish up is by Cleona Cosmetics, and this one is called Asphalt. This one is described as having a soot gray base with flaming red, orange, yellow, shifting iridescent flakes and a dusting of silver holographic microflakes and reflective glitter. Inspired by the mythological sky creatures which are born from their own ashes, phoenixes. We went with an ironic name since asphalt is a material used on the ground where theoretically phoenixes are reborn. This polish has a cap of only 240. That seems like a little bit of a small cap for a polish that to my eye is so beautiful. I will have to consider making my purchase very quickly this evening after I'm finished filming this, if this one does make the final cut. because there is the risk that once the limit of 240 hits, this polish could be sold out forever. I am noticing quite a theme for myself here. There's that cool and warm contrast again. That's 3 polishes in a row. Each one of them has distinctly different identities. This one is a flaky polish with reflective glitter as opposed to the previous 2 that were magnetics. But there is something about that cool and warm contrast that is absolutely calling to me right now. I have the feeling that part of it is because I can't wait for this frigid, cold winter to come to an end and finally thaw into a beautiful spring. There's something about these warm contrasts within the cold that are absolutely pulling at my soul. This polish with its sparkle, its warm, cool contrast, and these gorgeous glowing flakies is beautiful to me. There are a couple of polishes that are inspired by phoenixes, and there actually was one that caught my eye as well by Cuticula. But there's something about this polish in particular that is drawing me in just that little bit more. I have always been a big fan of reflective glitter, so I know that for me, that's an aspect of this polish that elevates this one beyond actually the other 2 polishes, the magnetics that I was talking about earlier. There's something about that sparkle, it's undeniable. To me, it twinkles in any kind of lighting in a way that no other component does. I would love to see the way this one looks in any kind of natural lighting situation, whether it's sunlight, whether it's just indoor, everyday lighting around the house, at work. I think this one would be quite a standout, also shifting in different types of lighting. Also, Clionadh Cosmetics is a wonderful Canadian brand that is reasonably local to me in my home province of Ontario, Canada. I try to support Clionadh Cosmetics whenever I possibly can, and when a polish is this beautiful, it is pretty much a sure thing that I'm going to be adding it to my shopping cart. Oh, the swatch photo here is so beautiful, but I'm also noticing the way this swatcher has also captured the bottle shot here. You can really see those vibrant flakies. This one's really stunning. This beautiful gray-based flaky polish is by Clionadh Cosmetics, Asphalt. This next polish up is by Cracked Polish, and this one is called Just a Finch. Just a Finch is a tribute to the quiet magic of sky creatures and the unexpected beauty of a purple finch in flight. This deep, inky purple base mirrors stunning feathers, rich and velvety, while glowing orange magnetic pigments mimicking a gorgeous sunset. When magnetized, the warmth arcs through the darkness like wings catching the last light of day. There is an availability cap with this one of only $750. Now here we go with another magnetic polish. As I said, I'm a little bit hesitant here because I just really haven't been using the magnetics that I already own in my collection. So the fact that I have out of 4 initial polishes, 3 of them are magnetics, I am a little bit worried about that. Some of the magnetics are probably going to have to be cut. But can we just talk about how beautiful this polish is right here? This is another magnetic with that lovely, dark, deep, mysterious moodiness. I love how this one seems to fade through a lot of those analogous colors. We've got that deep, inky purple base. I'm also seeing like red, orange, and actually on this swatcher here near the cuticle, I'm seeing quite a vibrant yellow, golden glow. It is really something. It's described here as mimicking a gorgeous sunset. And wow, do I ever see that in these nails. It seems like with every swatch photo that I click on, you see that idea of sunset. That's a very different type of vibe to the previous magnetics that have been added to my preliminary wish list at this point. And it's an effect, that sunset look is one that I find I'm drawn to actually through many seasons throughout the year, especially in late summer and in a colorway like this throughout the fall as well. It's got a lovely depth to it. But I mean, sunset is just such a beautiful, natural phenomenon. A colorway such as this really does appeal to me pretty much any season throughout the year. I love how this one seems to be very playful. It seems like you can get many different types of magnetic effects out of this one. We can clearly here see what looks like cat eye effect on these 2 fingers. It looks up here like we're probably looking at a velvet effect. It looks like that warmer, brighter sort of orange to red pigment is kind of pulled up towards the top. I'm guessing that that's what we're seeing here. It's hard to tell without being a video exactly what we're seeing in a still in terms of the magnetic effect because it is so multi-dimensional. And then here, I'm not exactly sure what's going on here, but it's got a lovely depth to it. It's a little bit deeper than what we're seeing on the index finger up here. In any state, it's beautiful. Also on any skin tone, this one is equally beautiful. For me, these are all signs of I will love it if it comes home to me. All these beautifully unique magnetics though, and I just worry that I haven't been wearing the ones that I have. So I'll have to think quite deeply about this while I'm finishing filming, and then shortly after, hopefully I'll be able to make my purchase after I've whittled this list down a little bit. But wow, I mean, I have to say this month so far, 4 picks, 4 completely unique to my collection offerings. There's a reason right now why my preliminary wish list is sitting at such a high number of 18. The uniqueness of these polishes so far is just off the charts for me this month. It is going to be hard to cut down my wish list, but that lovely thing called budget is definitely going to scale it back for me. This gorgeous purpley magnetic that reminds me of a sunset is by Cracked Polish, Just a Finch. This next one up is by Garden Path Lacquers, and this one is called Born of Blood and Fate. The inspiration for this one is that it's inspired by a gorgeous antique star map of the Pegasus constellation, who was born from the blood of Medusa. The description is that it's a sheer pale teal jelly base with bright blue aurora shimmer and silver holographic microglitter. There luckily is no availability cap for this one. So this airy looking polish is an interesting one for me. I find that this month there were actually quite a few polishes that had this type of airy, pale, teal, turquoise, minty type colorways. But for me, this is the one that's remaining on my wish list right now. I love this type of a formula from Garden Path Lacquers. I've been purchasing quite a bit month upon month for the last several years. And the idea that it's got this jelly base, an aurora shimmer, as well as silver holographic microglitter. There's something about the microglitter as well as the shimmer that Garden Path Lacquers uses that really is unique, kind of signature to this brand. And I've never yet been disappointed. Every single time when I get my polish in the mail, if I order it, it exceeds expectations, like by far. It kind of blows me away. This is a colorway that has always appealed to me as well. I own a few polishes in this colorway, but not by Garden Path Lacquers. A colorway like this one really appeals to me at this time of year. It's got that icy look, that snowy, wintry kind of feel, but yet there is still a bit of a freshness, this pale teal jelly base. Those minty type colors, teals that are pale, kind of pastel-y, they do appeal to me in the spring. I'm not a huge spring polish wearer. I mean, I guess I do wear a lot of like neutrals and light pinks, that kind of thing, because it's also very professional and work appropriate for my life. But a color like this one, I've always kind of been drawn to. Now, I will have to see, I guess, how this one compares with some other ones in my collection, but I do know that in terms of what I have by Garden Path Lacquers, this color is unique. And I love that Garden Path Lacquers formula, so I think that truly this one would be unique enough in my collection, and it's definitely a formula that I love enough to make it worthwhile purchasing. This polish just absolutely calls to me right now today in my wintry, icy, it's been kind of a freezing rain kind of a day in my part of the world on March 6th. And I mean, there's just something about this one that I wish I could wear this one today, right now. This is a gorgeous polish. This beautiful pale teal with the sparkly micro glitter is by Garden Path Lacquers, Born of Blood and Fate. This next polish up is by Great Lakes Lacquer, and this one is called Hello from Heaven. Inspired by a female cardinal. Cardinals are widely considered a symbol of love, hope, and the presence of deceased loved ones. The maker goes on to say, I have a treasured painting done by my mom, a cabin in a snowy landscape with a bare tree containing the only bright color within the painting, a cardinal. With that and all the cardinals I regularly see, I know mom is saying hello. Oh, that actually, it makes me kind of misty. That is a beautiful description and inspiration for this polish. It really tugs at my heartstrings. And luckily for a polish this gorgeous and meaningful, this one has no availability cap. Great Lakes Lacquer is another one of my very favorite brands, and for me it's their shimmers that they do so beautifully. It really is my favorite finish from them, and when I think of Great Lakes Lacquer, it's this type of a finish that I think of time and time again. Anytime I purchase one of their shimmers, again, it exceeds all expectation. It's almost surreal sometimes how beautiful their shimmers look. This one I find has such a beautiful kind of sultry shift to it. It's got that almost burgundy type look. I can absolutely see though the inspiration of a female cardinal. It's got that kind of burgundy look. It's deeper. It does have those flashes of red and a little bit of orange. It's a lovely colorway. In this lead swatch photo as well, I love how the swatcher has shown it both with a matte top coat as well as with a glossy top coat. It's actually kind of cool to see it here with a matte top coat. I am rarely on team matte. There's something about the glossiness and sheen of a shimmer that just draws me in every single time. But there is something quite velvety and inviting, very cozy about the way this one looks with a matte top coat as well. I don't really know that I'd wear it that way, but I certainly appreciate the beauty of the effect, and it's something I might consider if this one ends up coming home with me. This is a polish where I'm incredibly moved. Cardinals as well have a wonderful connection in my life. My dad's always been a big bird feeder guy, and cardinals just flock like crazy to his bird feeders. And actually, even in the summertime when those bird feeders are not out, we tend to have a very loud, noisy male cardinal that tends to come by and almost like harass us while we eat on their back patio when we dine outside. And it's kind of a funny thing. We're like, oh, there's that cardinal again, as it kind of flits from branch like lower and lower and lower. I mean, it's probably because in my parents' very dense tree that there's a nest nearby. It's really hard to tell. But anyway, it's one of those things. Cardinals will always be meaningful in my life. It will always remind me of loved ones. And I just love what this polish means to this maker. I think it's highly inspired and a beautiful interpretation of this theme. This wonderful, deep, cardinal-inspired polish is by Great Lakes Lacquer, Hello from Heaven. This next polish up is by Haunted Polish, and it's called Odette. This polish is described as being an ethereal white polish with large particle green to pink shifting shimmer. This one does have an availability cap of 500. Now, it doesn't go into describing the inspiration for this polish, but if I'm making a guess, I mean, what it means to me when it's a polish called Odette is it's making me think of the white swan Odette in the ballet Swan Lake. For me, one of my great passions in life is dance. And I grew up training in ballet from quite an early age, and I still, as an adult, take recreational ballet classes. It's one of my great loves in life, dancing. I'm taking liberties here, making this guess. But when I saw this and I saw that it was called Odette, it was like an immediate add to Wishlist. And I was just like, Swan Lake, the white swan. And just, I mean, it was just almost a sigh of like, I'm home, right? So anyway, I mean, in my life, do I really need another white shimmer polish? Really? Probably not. I have quite a few. I mean, this one is an interesting color too. It is kind of also Pantone's color of the year, Cloud Dancer. I know it was a controversial Pantone pick this year. I'm actually not mad at it. I do find white polish, especially something like this with a shimmer. I'm not a big fan of stark creme whites. Exactly. That's a little bit harsh of a look for me on its own, but I do love all kinds of shimmery or flaky whites. So this one does fit beautifully into my life. I would get a lot of wear out of it really every season of the year. It's quite work appropriate for me, I think, too. I don't know. There's something about this one. It is light, it's ethereal, it's shimmery, and to me, it's inspired by the white swan Odette from Swan Lake, and it has meaning to me. I'll have to see how my wish list shakes up. But I mean, the fact that this one does have significance to me in my childhood, but also still ongoing to this day. Ballet is one of those hobbies that I know that the day I stop, it'll be the end of it forever in terms of moving. It's one of those movements where, like, once you stop, it's really hard to get it back. So I'm going to try doing it as much as I possibly can. But yes, I mean, this polish is just stunningly beautiful. I think quite versatile, and I think is very attractive on every single swatcher that is showcasing this polish this month. Oh, that shimmer. It's just such a lovely, cool shimmer, but it's interesting. It is a green to pink shifting shimmer. So you see a little hint of that coolness happening, but you also see the warmth as it shifts into pink. This white shimmer polish that I probably don't need at all, but somehow means the world to me. This beautiful white shimmer is by Haunted Polish, Odette. This next polish up is by Lurid Lacquer, and this one is called Birdwatching in Terrasson. This polish is described as having a rich green base with iridescent flakies in tones of green, teal, blue, and gold, with micro holographic flakies, inspired by Rowan Whitethorn of Throne of Glass. There is a cap listed here of 800. Now, I'm a green lover, so the moment I saw this one, it was an immediate add to wish list. I think that a color like this one is actually one that I could wear in my life every season of the year. For me, this one looks like evergreens right now in winter. It's got that spring freshness, that brilliance, and emerald quality that I would be drawn to really throughout the spring. It's got a lush green look for summer, and in fall, foresty greens like this one, it's a really rich color, kind of a jewel tone green. Absolutely, I'd be drawn to this one in the fall too. This one is a versatile all-season polish for me. Now, the other thing here, and don't hate me for this one, I actually still haven't read any of the Sarah J. Maas books. I actually own the ACOTAR series, the A Court of Thorn and Roses series, and that one I'm hoping to read really soon. And also this summer, I'm hoping to immerse myself in the Throne of Glass series too. I've heard nothing but great things, and I'd love to give this author a really big deep dive and see what the world is raving about. People have promised me that I'm going to adore it, so I can't wait to get into it. But this polish, as a green lover, knowing that I could wear this every season of the year, this one is incredibly tempting this month. This one's beautiful. This gorgeous green that I'd wear all seasons of the year is by Lurid Lacquer, Birdwatching in Terrasson. This next polish up is by Monarch Lacquer, and this one is called Moonchild. Moonchild is inspired by The Neverending Story, a dreamy celestial figure floating in the otherworldly realm of Fantasia. She feels like a sky-born being symbolizing purity, innocence, and quiet magic. The description for this polish is, Moonchild is a pale champagne with a hint of spring green base color with pink-orange chameleon flake, aurora shimmer, and reflective sparkle. Can be worn as a topper or built to opacity. This polish, the moment I saw it, was added to my wish list, and I think this one may be one of, if not my very top pick this month. There's an elegance to this polish, I think a delicacy to this polish. It's very delicate looking, rather light and ethereal, but yet there are so many components in this one. Pale champagne base with a hint of spring green. There's chameleon flake happening here, aurora shimmer, and reflective sparkle. There's a lot happening in here, and it is so light. I can't even fathom like how effervescent this polish looks on these swatchers' nails. I love this one. Oh, the freshness of this one. Like that delicate, light, kind of buttery yellow, like with that hint of green. Like I see that. It's just like early dawn sunshine hitting dew. Like it's just so fresh and inviting. It's almost sending shivers up my spine seeing this one. It gives me quite a reaction. When I was growing up, The Neverending Story was one of those frequently watched movies at birthday parties or sleepovers. But it's funny, I really haven't seen it since my childhood, but I can remember we were obsessed with this movie. I really should, like decades later, it's probably been like 25 years since I've last seen this movie. I would love to watch it again. I think all those childhood joys would really flood right back. I remember this movie being just so magical and truly a favorite. And I don't even know how many times we watched it way back. But yeah, such a special one. I was actually gifted the book at one point and I've never read it. So maybe that's another one that I should add to my reading list. If you've read the book, let me know what you think of it. But anyway, this polish though, it's breathtaking to me. You can really see what the sparkle looks like here. This photo's taken here with the flash photography, so you can really see kind of the density of what's happening with the reflective glitter. It doesn't look to my eye to be too dense, but I mean, it's definitely plentiful. It would give a ton of sparkle. With a color this pale, I think the light and ethereal nature with that reflective glitter, like it would just add so much, I don't know, like layering and interest for such a delicate color. The more swatch photos I see, the more I fall in love with this one. Those flakies are actually really quite prominent and stunning. But yet, I don't know, it's magically somehow tone on tone with all that sparkle happening. I think this one would be magical on the nails in person. This incredibly delicate polish is by Monarch Lacquer, Moonchild, and I think I can safely say that this one is probably my very top pick this month. This next polish up is by Moonshine Manny, and this one is called, and I hope I'm saying this correctly, Aviar. Aviar is a teal jelly packed with purple, blue, green iridescent flakies and jade, aqua, and emerald micro hollow glitters. This polish is inspired by the magical feathered companions in the Sanderson book, Isles of the Ember Dark. There is an availability cap listed for this one of 600. Now I hesitate a little bit with this one because this is a colorway that I think I own quite a bit of, and I hesitate a tiny bit with this one because this polish is gorgeous. I love the glow that's coming off these nails from these flakies. Like it is really stunning. I love this kind of a look. I do know though that I own quite a few teal turquoise leaning polishes with flakies. So I will have to take a very fast deep dive into my collection to see how this one compares to some of the others. But wow, I mean, the glow that's captured in this swatch photo, like I'm in love with this. I mean, if it was just for this, I would immediately add this to the wish list and just say I need to have it. But I do have to see how it compares. There's something so summery and tropical, reminds me of like laying out by a lake, watching the ocean, sun on the waves. It's a colorway that I know appeals to me time and time again. And because of that, I own quite a few. Yeah, it's interesting in this swatch photo to see a little bit closer up. I'm kind of hovering and hoping it stays to see what's happening with these micro glitters. It's actually really fascinating. It looked like a flaky type effect mainly, but then you can really see the dimension given by these hex glitters that are in this nail polish as well. I don't have anything quite like that. I don't think I really have anything that combines flakies and the hex glitters and gives this type of a glow in this base color. I am stretching here because I love the look of this one and I would love to add it to my collection. But I mean, I have to be realistic. This wish list that I have is way too big. It is just impossible that I can buy all 18. That would be way too much money. I'm a Canadian after all, shopping in American dollars. It would be horrendous in terms of my cost. But wow, I mean, this one is just so beautiful. All those different sizes of glitters. You can see slightly larger ones, some huge flaky, some really, really tiny, almost like pinpoint glitters happening here too. It's another one that's making me sigh. Wow, it is just so beautiful. And I don't know, it does look so jelly-like you're looking down in the clearest lagoon. It's stunning. I really do hope that I'm doing the name of this polish justice with Aviar. I don't know the reference. I have heard great things though about the Sanderson book series. I've heard great things. So if you have any recommendations, let me know. Isles of the Emberdark. I actually don't know of anybody in my life who's read that, so I'd love to know your thoughts there too. As summer's starting to near, my mind keeps wandering into the summer months, and I'm a teacher, so I do have summers at my leisure where I can finally try to read some of these amazing books that have been released for myself. But back to this polish though. It's not the smartest purchase for me because I know I have others in my collection that would just suffice. But this one is special. I love this one. This lovely teal that is like making me feel like I'm diving into a beautifully crystal clear lagoon. Oh my gosh. This one is by Moonshine Manny Aviar. This next polish up is by Polish, and this one is called Icarus. Icarus is an ash base with iridescent red, pink, green flakes and shimmer and an ultra-fine silver magnetic pull. It's inspired by the story of Icarus. And there is, thankfully, no availability cap for this one. So I'm in the clear. I have to say this is another one that the moment I saw it, this is actually one of the earlier polishes that I saw when the Maker's spoilers first started to be released for this month's polish pickup in advance of the shop opening. And right from the moment I saw this one, I knew that this one would most likely be in my shopping cart. I am in love with this work of art polish. The moment that I saw that this polish was called Icarus, I found this breathtaking. To me, it looks like just, approaching the smoldering sun, a wisp of cloud or wing. It is magical on the nails. And then, of course, before I get too enamored with just one swatch photo, I need to go look at them all because that's important. For me, I know that if I can look at all swatch photos and still be in love with it, I will probably love it on my own nails as well. Now, I have to say, I think that this is the polish here on the index finger in the velvet style. It has that really cool, almost like, glass look to it. It's very interesting. But the way I love it is in this cat eye style. I love the way these smoldering base, like this ash base, it does look like ashes. It's smoldering ashes, but yet this wisp of magnetic pull over top. This is magical. And of course, who doesn't love like the most stunning macro shots? This is beautiful. Like the quality of every component of this polish just has my jaw dropped to the floor. It truly is magic on the nails. This is one of these polishes that looks just, surreal is all I can think of. On every single swatcher, it is beautiful. It is perfection in any kind of treatment. But to me, the magic is really happening here with a cat eye style. I really can't say enough about this one. This is absolutely going to come home with me. And the fact that there is no availability cap here, I feel so fortunate. Actually, it's quite amazing. I feel incredibly lucky that so far none of the polishes on my wish list at this point are sold out. This incredibly unique work of art polish is by Polish Icarus, and another one of my top picks this month. This next polish up is by Phoenix, and it's called Alicorn. Phoenix brings you a nail polish inspired by a magical creature, a winged unicorn. This one has a blue jelly base with a mix of iridescent flakies. This one has a cap of 1,100. Now I have to say, just as I was getting into my car on my way home from work, I did late this afternoon, take a peek at Polish Pickup just to see how things were selling. I was curious to know if there were any sellouts on the items that were in my wish list. I was not at all prepared to make a purchase. It was kind of nagging at me. I had to know just before I drove home what the status of Polish Pickup was and some of these top picks. And what I saw at the time of me checking it out was that this polish was sold out for a brief period of time. So what happens sometimes when there is an availability cap on a polish is that if demand exceeds what the maker was initially expecting, What the maker sometimes does is takes a second look at supplies, at bottles, at brushes, at all these things to see if it's possible to raise the availability cap. And in this case, this is one of those polishes. I don't actually recall what the original availability cap posted was, but I do know that this one has been incredibly popular this month and it remains on my wish list. I mean, check out this incredible rainbow of flakies. Like, it really is magical. It's a mosaic of rainbow flakies and so flattering again on every skin tone. I mean, this is so just iridescent and eye-catching. In natural light, also in low lighting too. I mean, iridescent flakies have this way of catching the light, and even in low lighting, certain colors of flakies tend to really play and glow that you kind of don't even expect. Flakies are really fascinating, and I adore them as well. There aren't too many polish finishes that I dislike, actually. I'm really drawn to flakies. They're a type of finish that I find I can't get in any drugstore brands at all. So it's just, they're so special. And to me, quite a signature of indie polishes. I've always loved them. I can't get over that in every swatcher's photos, like, you truly see the entire rainbow. I mean, I see pinks, I see oranges, I definitely see lots of yellow, golds, greens, blues, purples. I really see it all. So stunning and magical. It looks like you can achieve quite decent coverage with this polish as well. I'm intrigued by the fact that it has a blue jelly base. I do see, I guess, a little extra hint of blue in this polish that gives that lovely, airy, watery kind of look almost. It's so magical. This one is incredibly tempting this month, and I am very pleased to see that they were able to add plenty more bottles and that this one is still available. I was actually feeling a little bit sad when I saw that this one was one of the polishes that had sold out early. And the fact that I had that feeling makes me realize this one actually may be one of my top picks as well. It wasn't really at first because, in all honesty, I kind of wondered how it would look if I just layered several different types of flaky toppers on top of one another to see what I could get, especially over top of a blue jelly base, maybe one coat of a blue jelly base. But sometimes when you get all of it just in one bottle, the result that you can get when it's all combined for you by an expert is just far and away better than what I could create on my own. This one is really impressive. I am so thrilled to see that I get another chance at perhaps securing this polish. This beautiful magical flaky is by Phoenix Alicorn. This next polish up is by Polished for Days, and this one is called Spring of Wisdom. This one is described as having a teal base with purple, orange, pink, shifting iridescent shimmer and holographic flakes. It's inspired by Nadra from The Legend of Zelda. There is no availability cap for this one. Now, over the past several years, there have been quite a few different polishes inspired by Legend of Zelda, and it's so funny. I do have a bit of a context for this inspiration, but when I played Legend of Zelda, I owned an original Game Boy. So, I mean, that was truly just black pixels on a screen. Like, I've heard that Zelda as a game is just in a league of its own in terms of graphics and imagery and art. And I would love to see what it looks like now. But I know that it was such a popular game. I was never able to finish it. I mean, I had original Game Boy. There were no like online cheats or anything like that. I can vividly remember young me signing out Game Boy cheat books from the library, which of course you could only keep for like 2 weeks. And the holds on these books were so lengthy that, yeah, you could get over your one little hurdle using the cheat guide book to get over whatever the block was. But there was no internet to help me out the rest of the way. So you'd return the book and then months later you'd get the chance to borrow the cheat book again. So this was a game that I never did even get remotely close to ever finishing because it was just a different time. Yeah, that's kind of wild. Pre-internet, original Game Boy time. But the beauty of this polish is really what I'm supposed to be looking at here. This shimmer is really quite strong here. I love how it casts that kind of I mean, it's got that teal base, but then that contrasting shimmer. It says that it has a purple, orange, pink shifting iridescent shimmer. And along with that, it's got holographic flakes. Like, it actually has this interesting, otherworldly green cast to me for some reason. Like, there's something in the combination here, probably in the way the light is playing in these photographs. It's so, I don't know, otherworldly. This look is fascinating to me. It's got a lovely depth to it. It's got also an airiness. I think this one would be another polish that would be really quite flexible in my life. I think especially in the spring and summer, there's something really brilliant about it. And the fact that it has holographic flakes, it would dance in the sun beautifully. Polish for Days does tend to be one of those makers that produces these polishes that look really good in photos. I mean, absolutely, these swatchers do a stupendous job. But then when you get it out in life, out in natural lighting, all different lighting conditions, their polishes just consistently exceed expectations. There's so many brands like that for me, and this is one of them. This beautiful Zelda-inspired polish that kind of brings me back to my childhood in the weirdest way, because I played Black Pixel Zelda on original Game Boy. But anyway, this beautiful polish that does bring me back is by Polish for Days, Spring of Wisdom. This next polish up is by Psyche Minerals, and this one is called Dorothy. Birds have an awesome thing called interference, which is why there's a blue-green shimmer to some black chickens. We're using one of our favorite chickens for our inspiration, Dorothy. Dorothy is a blue to purple multi-chrome base loaded with silver reflective glitter and varying shades of blue and green iridescent flakes. There is a cap for this one of 300. Psyche Minerals does this formula in such a signature way as well. I've already mentioned how much I love reflective glitter, but what I really love, even more than just reflective glitter, is the way that Psyche Minerals as a brand combines reflective glitter with an interesting base and then usually has these iridescent flakes in addition to it. The effect of those components all together by Psyche Minerals is always something quite magical. I'm intrigued with this polish by the fact that it's described as having a blue to purple multi-chrome base and then loaded with all those components that I tend to consider to be a signature finish from Psyche Minerals. The multi-chrome base aspect to it, I think, is completely unique to anything else that I own from this brand. I'd love to see how a base like that, this blue to purple shifting multi-chrome base, might play with the already shifting and sparkly reflective glitter and iridescent flakes. I think this one could be absolutely show-stopping out in the wild. Now, I don't usually play around with flash at all when I'm wearing reflective glitter polishes. That's not really part of the appeal for me with them. I really just enjoy the way that they sparkle in any kind of lighting condition. It doesn't have to be that artificial flashlight kind of effect for me to fall in love with it. But what I do love about this swatch photo is you can see a little bit about the density of the reflective glitter component, as well as the other components as well. It does have quite a generous helping of the reflective glitter, and that is something just so dazzling and gemstone-like about these Psyche Minerals polishes that have this type of look. They usually do have quite a texture, and I find that they benefit from applying a glitter smoothing top coat of some sort in order to get that smoother, more glassy type finish. This one really is quite stunning. The last few actually have had similar types of blue colorways. There is something about this sky theme where there are plenty of beautiful blues, and this one is quite a unique take on that, but yet firmly rooted in this incredible finish that Psyche Minerals does so masterfully. This wonderful blue with the reflective glitter is by Psyche Minerals, Dorothy. This next polish up is by Raven Lacquer, and this one is called Fire Breather. Fire Breather is loaded with orange-yellow flake and a pink-red shift, inspired by a fire-breathing dragon. There is a cap for this polish of 450. Now, I'm excited to say that for me, Raven Lacquer is another new-to-me brand, and this polish is another top pick of mine. This flame look is another just work of art to me. This one is fire on the nails, and I am so here for it. I love the way this base color really seems to shift. It's got that lovely, I mean, here looking at the swatcher's cuticle, it's got sort of a true orange kind of look, shifts all the way to kind of a pinky red, really stunning. And then the effect of these flakies too within that, oh, it's divine. It really is divine. It's really dramatic. I could see myself loving a polish like this one. As I said with the other one that reminded me of sunsets, the cracked polish offering, the magnetic. I could really see myself wearing this one in summer, especially late summer. It looks like summer sunsets as well as flames, but also throughout the fall. This is such a lovely, lovely orange. Orange is another favorite color in life, and I just find that I don't see quite so many orange polishes, and this one is so beautiful to me. It also helps a lot that this one is a new to me brand, and I always love the opportunity to experiment with new brands and new offerings through Polish Pickup. For me as a Canadian, we only have a very small handful of stockists in Canada. This is such a perfect opportunity for me to try some brands that are new to me, give them a go. And I mean, I'm kind of excited. There's 2 brands so far, Arcana Lacquer as well as Raven Lacquer, that may actually make my shopping cart. This one, I'm pretty sure, as long as I can purchase it on time, there is just a cap of $450. As long as I can get my hands on this one, I am pretty sure that this one will be making it home to me. This beautiful fire-breathing dragon-inspired polish by a new to me brand. This one is by Raven Lacquer Fire Breather. This next polish up is by Sweet and Sour Lacquer, and this one is called Murmurations. This one is inspired by starlings and their large aerial displays called Murmurations. This one is a dark plum jelly with blue shimmer, best worn in 2 to 3 coats. The base color is more visible with less coats. The shimmer is more visible with more coats. There is a cap for this one of only $250. And at the time of me filming this right now at 10 p.m., oh my gosh, the shop has been open for 11 hours already. This polish with the very small cap is at this point still available. I am thanking my lucky stars right now. I'm sighing. Now, this is one of these polishes that I really probably don't need in my collection. Much like I said with the Haunted Polish, the white shimmer offering this month called Odette, I really don't need a purple, blue, blurpily leaning polish added to my collection. I own several. I really do own several. But there's something about this one. I mean, I actually saw video swatch footage of Heey Mercedes here on YouTube featuring this polish. And the way she described it and the way she talked about the different number of coats and how it changed the look of this polish, I mean, I was just so in love with what she was showcasing. She did such a beautiful job. I'll have to link her video so that you can check it out if you'd like to see it, if you're considering this polish. I don't know, there is something about the way you can layer this one and it changes the look. I do see in a couple of these swatch photos, the one both in the corners, the top right and also the bottom left, you can see how much more purpley it looks. You can really see that base color come through. And then the one in the top left, you can see the effect of that electric blue shimmer. Murmurations, starlings, that's one of those things I used to watch constantly when I was younger. I used to find it so mesmerizing. Like, it's magical the way just these incredible flocks of hundreds and hundreds of birds can just, I don't know, flow like liquid up in the sky. Like, it is such a special thing. And the fact that this, I don't know, captures this in a nail polish, it's got that kind of chameleon effect where you can layer it and it's buildable. You get different effects whether you wear this polish in 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats. It really changes the depth. Here's trouble here. There's Heey Mercedes herself with her beautiful swatches. You can really see, especially I think in this bottom right corner, that incredible shimmer quality. I'm going to try to hover to see if you can see it. It's not the best hover, but you can kind of get the idea. I don't know. Her swatch photos really had me sold. This one's beautiful, and just the memories it brings back of just sitting there on a spring, summer, fall day, watching these starlings just creating the most amazing magic up in the sky. Birds are they really are fascinating. I don't know, there's so much about them. I studied them quite a bit in university too, all their cool migratory patterns and behaviors. I don't know. They really are a living creature that never fails to amaze me. Like birds, they mesmerize me, and murmurations right up there in terms of incredible natural phenomenon. This electric shimmer polish is by Sweet and Sour Lacquer, Murmurations. This next polish up is by Sylvan Claw, and this one is called Fueled by Nectar. Fueled by Nectar is a pastel purple crelly with green to blue shimmer and pink iridescent flakes. Sylvan Claw was inspired by Anna's hummingbirds, and the Latin name is there, which often boast bright green and iridescent pink colors. In bright direct light, Fueled by Nectar glows with that soft purple and shimmer, but in indirect light or at sharper angles, the pink iridescent flakes really come to life and glow, which is my attempt at mimicking the same effect in the hummingbird's feathers. It's so much fun watching close-up videos of these birds and the way their feathers shift colors while they fish for nectar from the beautiful flowers. This color is so light and ethereal, and when I saw that this was being offered by yet another new to me brand, Sylvan Claw, this one was an immediate add to Wishlist. I'm thrilled that on this wish list there are now 3 new to me brands: Raven Lacquer, Arcana Lacquer, and now Sylvan Claw, that are all highly strong contenders on my wish list. This one could be an epic month for trying new to me brands. Now, I do have to say that I have one in my collection that this one is making me think of. It's by one of my, I'm so wistful when I talk about it. It's by one of my former favorite brands, and I say former because they are now closed. It was the incredible Canadian brand Crucible Designs, and they had a gorgeous polish that was released before they closed, another polish pickup offering actually, that was called Dancing Sugar Plums. And I know that I own and love that polish. I think this one is quite a bit lighter though. I think Dancing Sugar Plums actually was a little bit more pigmented, but I know that this one is a look that I've loved for a long time. And the fact that Crucible Designs is now closed, I do know that if I ever run out of that polish, I will no longer be able to get that. So in a way, this one, it is different. It is different. I think the other one is, I don't know, a little more opaque perhaps. This one looks a little bit lighter. At least a polish like this one would be a lovely substitute for it in my collection if I ever run out. The way this one glows and shifts, I'm really intrigued by what the maker describes here about how the maker was trying to kind of bottle up that really interesting iridescent effect that you see out in the wild on hummingbirds' feathers. Like, I think in a swatch photo like this one, you can kind of see it. Like, it does have that shift of like, it's a little more greeny and then shifts into more of like a pinky purple. Like, this is really interesting, and I would love to see the way this one morphs in natural light. The layering of these flakies, the lightness of this base. This one is another really special one, and this one may just be my very first Sylvan Claw polish. This beautiful polish that I think is really wearable, very light and ethereal. This one is by new to me brand Sylvan Claw, called Fueled by Nectar. This final polish on my wish list this month is by Tyler's Trinkets, and this one is called Luck Dragon. This polish is inspired by Falcor from the Neverending Story. Luck Dragon is a soft white pearl base with iridescent microglitters and multicolor iridescent flakes. There is a cap for this polish of 500. Here's another one inspired by Neverending Story. It makes me want to watch this movie even more now. So many people inspired by this movie and also this story. It's the book as well. This polish, again, is just so light and ethereal. It reminds me a lot of the last one that I just mentioned, the more purple-leaning polish by Sylvan Claw. This one has that white, gorgeous freshness to it. white, again, Cloud Dancer being the Pantone color of the year for 2026, we are seeing a lot of different takes on white polishes. This one is really special. It is very cloud-like and magical. Tyler's Trinkets is a brand that's still quite new to me. I think I only own maybe 2 of their polishes from previous polish pickup offerings. The ones that I own exceed my expectations, and I know that this one would as well. I am drawn to quite a few ethereal looking polishes. I am drawn to a couple of white polishes as well. I've got that one by Haunted Polish, Odette, also on my list. I don't know that I really need both of them, but I mean, this one is very special. It's beautiful. It would also be incredibly versatile in my life, very wearable. And this is another one that looks beautiful on every swatcher. It's got pretty good opacity as well. I don't mind a sheer polish. In fact, I think that a polish that has a little bit of sheerness can give that just lovely, delicate, subtle look that I'm drawn to quite a bit. But yes, I think that this polish is showing quite significant layering possibilities. It looks like you can wear it for a lighter wash in just 1 or 2 coats, or really go to full opacity, probably in 3 coats. This one's beautiful. I'm loving this theme this month. So many creative and unique polishes and so many beautiful ones as well. This one is no exception. This lovely white flaky polish, also inspired by Neverending Story, is by Tyler's Trinkets Luck Dragon. So that's it for my 18 item wish list this month. I have a few trends. In terms of finishes, I have quite a few flaky polishes. I have quite a few magnetics as well. I do see quite a few blues. In fact, it's interesting, this entire row of 4 polishes, the Psyche Minerals, the Polish for Days, the Phoenix, and the Polish, they all do have kind of a blue aspect to them. I guess that really is going along with the Sky Creatures theme. It's kind of inevitable. You've got that aspect of blue with the sky in many of these polishes. So many glowy, flaky polishes, quite a few sparkly ones as well with the reflective glitter component. Oh boy, quite a few whites. I've got the Haunted Polish, Odette. I also have the Tyler's Trinkets up here, Luck Dragon. This Sylvan Claw almost looks like a purpley off-white there. It's got a very similar look to the Tyler's Trinkets. I don't know that I can really justify getting both. Scrolling even further down, we've got some beautiful red-based polishes or purples. The Great Lakes Lacquer, the Cracked Polish. Again, we've got those sky-colored polishes. There's quite a few of those on my wish list this month too. And so many magnetics, flakies, sky-colored polishes. So many trends, so many beautiful polishes, and all of them are unique to my collection. 3 new-to-me brands as well. I'm really excited to see how this turns out for me. I can't really predict, but what I do know at this point is I do have 3 front runners right now. The first one is Monarch Lacquer Moonchild. The next one is Polish Icarus. And the last one is Raven Lacquer Fire Breather. I'm absolutely sure that those 3 polishes at least will find their way into my shopping cart and will most likely find their way home to me as long as I can check out before any of them sell out. The Polish Pickup Shop is open already. It opened on Friday, March the 6th at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it remains open until the end of the day Eastern Standard Time on Monday, March the 9th. I believe the close time is 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm wondering, are you planning on shopping this month? Which items are catching your eye? I'd also love to know all your thoughts about my wish list. This 18 item wish list really is something else, but I have to honor the artistry of these polish makers. I also couldn't be happier to have 3 new to me brands in my wish list. I'd love to know your thoughts on these new to me brands if you have any experience with them. Those brands were Arcana Lacquer, Raven Lacquer, and Sylvan Claw. I'd love to know your thoughts. What do you think? Please feel free to add all your comments. We can continue on the conversation long after. If you enjoy wish listing content similar to this, please consider giving this video a like. It indicates to me that you enjoy content similar to this, and in the months ahead, I'll try my best to produce content like this as often as I can. Also, if you enjoy nail-related content similar to this, please consider subscribing. I try my best to release nail-related content as often as I can, and by subscribing, you won't miss out on any of the fun. Thank you so much for joining me this month. Happy shopping. Hopefully I'll see you again in the next one. Take care. Bye.